Hello friends and family, today's topic is regret buying a house part 2. Let's rant.
Can we talk about the black homeownership rate right now being the lowest in this country, and the fact that I'm seeing black creators post content stating they regret buying a home and it was the biggest mistake of their lives? First of all, my name is Jessica Rogers. I'm a licensed realtor serving the state of South Carolina. Now, what has brought me to do this video is the fact that over the past week or so, I have seen content creators that look like myself, brown skin, African American content creators, talking about how they regret buying their home. Okay, some bought in 2022, some bought in 2021, some bought in 2023, and they're hopping on TikTok stating, I regret buying a home. It was the biggest mistake I ever made, for various reasons. The mortgage payment increase, due to taxes and insurance, or because, maintenance, they're having to repair things, which all goes into being a homeowner. We know that, right? But this is my problem. I'm trying to figure out why y'all hopping on the app and talking about it. Because once you start looking at the numbers, and of course, me being in the profession, I see what's really going on. Let's talk about the rates real quick, okay? Let's talk about the actual home ownership rates. Let's break this down. According to the Census Bureau 2023 data, the home ownership rate, we're going in order: non-Hispanic white, 73.8%. Asian Americans, 63%. Hispanic Americans, 49.8%. Black Americans, 45.9%. The numbers don't lie, y'all. We got the lowest home ownership rate in this country. African Americans have the lowest home ownership rate in this country. Asian Americans have surpassed us. Hispanic Americans have surpassed us. Let's take it all the way back. Compared to 10 years ago, the black American home ownership rate has only increased by 2.7%. Let's talk about who bought houses last year. According to the National Association of Realtors, the people who bought houses last year, 81% were white and only 7% were black. That is why I get really, really, really upset when I see black creators hop on this app to discourage other black people from buying a house. We all know historically home values have increased, okay? Historically, period. Home ownership is still the #1 wealth building tool in this country. You can say what you want to say. Real estate is where it is at. Look on Wall Street. They're buying up property to then rent it out to you. I'm in this business. I see how hard it is for people to purchase a home. People who would not have had a problem purchasing a home 5 years ago. People are getting these pre-approvals, and you're pre-approved for $150,000. You're pre-approved for $130,000, and it's basically like finding a needle in a haystack, because it's like, what is there to buy for $150,000 that's move-in, that's livable, that you're not going to have to completely gut out and remodel? It's hard for so many people. And I know a lot of realtors talk about, I'm a luxury realtor, whatever. Yeah, there are some amazing realtors out here selling and serving at these very high price points, these $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $400,000 houses. And these people who are buying these houses, they're not worried about, the credit. They're not worried about getting approved for financing. They have the money for the down payment. They could care less about down payment assistance. But I'm a realtor who's actually out here. My whole goal 3 years ago, when I became a realtor, almost 4, was to help those people who thought homeownership would never be possible for them. Okay? And some of those people have credit challenges. Educating them on what it's going to take, what credit score you need to buy a house, educating them on the type of home loans, educating them on down payment assistance, finding grants and down payment assistance that is available for these buyers. And then they make all these steps and do what they're supposed to do. And we get the pre-approval, and the pre-approval is $150,000, $130,000. And these are hardworking, everyday Americans who are basically priced out of the market. So here I am trying to find off-market deals, trying to put something together with my lending partners to really help these people get in the house. These people who really, really, really want to become homeowners. And then I hop on this app and I see black creators saying, you know what, I regret it. But then if you go and read the comment section, People are telling them, why don't you just sell it? Sell it. No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to tell you how much equity they have. If you bought your house in 2021, 2022, you got some equity. They're not going to talk about how much equity they have. They could sell it and probably walk away from the closing table with a nice little check. But you read the comments that say, well, I'm trying to become a landlord. Of course you are. That's the whole point. We've all played Monopoly. The whole point is to buy up property. But that's what I want y'all to do tonight. I want you to go home with your family, get some friends together, and I want you to pull out that good old-fashioned game Monopoly. And I want you to play it. For all my people out here who are renting and you are listening to these creators and you're becoming discouraged, and it's real because I had a buyer that I was working with who listened to a creator talk about how her taxes increased drastically and how her mortgage payment increased drastically. I'm so scared. And here I am as a realtor talking you off the cliff because I understand right now you're paying $1,500 in rent for a 2-bedroom apartment when you could be paying a mortgage. It's as simple as that. You can own something. You could be creating equity, okay? Pull out Monopoly and play that game tonight. Play that game of Monopoly tonight and you tell me what's hot. Are you going to be sitting back, not buying up anything? Just paying rent. You just want to pay rent. Okay. Get off the app and get in the field. Do what you got to do to get into a house. Do what you got to do because home prices are up and they're stuck. We see what's going on with interest rates. You better get with a realtor and a lender that can get really, really creative. Okay? Seller concessions. Builders are offering some amazing new construction deals and incentives. You better get out here in this field. Own or be owned. It's time. Get off the fence. Stop listening to these creators.
I'm in the process of buying my very first house as a 28-year-old with no kids. I'm not married. I am in a relationship. I close in 7 days and I feel like I should be super excited right now and happy, but in reality, I am terrified and I am so nervous and I want to back out, but it is literally way too late in the process for me to back out. And I missed my last chance to do that, and so now I am just like sitting here and regretting my decision, but we're just gonna have to make it work. We're gonna have to figure it out, and yeah, I'm gonna be house poor. Like I don't know how I'm gonna afford food. I don't know how I'm gonna afford gas. I don't know what I'm doing. Who let me do this?
I've been seeing a ton of videos where people are saying that they regret buying a home in the times that we're in. The cost of living is just insane. People can't even afford basic necessities. They want you to make like 3 times the amount of whatever your mortgage or your rent is going to be. Then you have to make a down payment. Then, God forbid, you get into the home and something goes wrong and you have to replace an HVAC system and you're out $20,000. I've also seen videos about how the homes being built now are absolute garbage. That even if you have an inspector come through, that a lot of the inspectors just pass the homes because they're in cahoots with the other people. Like, are we just SOL no matter what? Never purchased a home before, ever. So I'm trying to get educated about it and to learn everything possible. And it seems like the negative is outweighing the good. But then it's like if you're renting, you're paying just as much, if not more, than what a mortgage would be. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we supposed to be doing?
I think one of my biggest pieces of advice for first-time home buyers, and one of my regrets, so learn from my mistakes, is to slow down. Most of my first-time home buyers, myself included, are buying fixer-uppers, right? Like, it's where we live is super expensive. Most of them need a little bit of work, and you want it done so fast. Sit on it for a little while. See what works in the house. See what floors you like. Figure out your style. Make a Pinterest board. I immediately got a new privacy fence. Ordered a custom back door, like new carpet. I wanted, honestly, looking back, I spent way too much money. And then I would make more money and I would still spend it because I wanted to get the house done, and it's still not done. And also, I didn't know my style and what I wanted. So now looking back, I would honestly change a lot of what I did. Even if you have it, don't spend all your money, please. That is one of my biggest regrets, and it doesn't happen overnight. Making a house a home takes time, and I mean, like, here I am 3 years later still renovating, obviously. So it's like, just chill out a little bit. Just chill, feel the house, figure out what you like, save up a little bit of money, and just know that, like, you're gonna get there eventually. But like, making a house a home does take time.
Maybe renting out the house and try to move back with parents to save and make money. Is that an option? What do you think? Thank you for watching. Until next time.